Today on Let's Wine a Little. It's all about sipping consciously. Today we'll dive deeper into the Black-owned brands that you can find at your nearest grocery store, liquor store, or wine store. From Love Corkscrew in Michigan to Brown Estate in California. And we can't leave out our Dallas native Wondry Wines. And I believe we have time to talk about the McBride Sisters and Black Girl Magic, as well as a few others that you didn't even know were available at your local store. So sit back while we enjoy some champagne, some wine, and some fruit wines as we talk about sipping consciously on this episode of Let's Wine a Little. Today on this episode of Let's Wine a Little, we are focused on sipping consciously. Specifically, we're looking at Black-owned wineries and those in the alcohol business. In the United States, fewer than 1% of wineries are Black-owned, according to the Association of African American Vendors, the AAV. This means that there are roughly 100 Black-owned wineries in the U.S. out of more than 11,000. Yes, you heard that right. Roughly 100 Black-owned wineries in the U.S. out of more than 11,000. Yet and still, although there are no direct numbers focused on the amount of money the Black community spends on alcohol and wine, we do know that the Black community makes up $1.6 trillion in spending power. 1.6 trillion. So why is that being left on the table by retailers? Well, let's talk about the Black-owned wineries first. Now, here are the challenges that are faced by Black-owned wineries. Lack of financial capital is one, systemic racism is another, and there are also confusing wine regulations. But that's just getting started. How do we get more people in the Black community to support these Black-owned wines and spirits? Well, today we have a few options to help you begin sipping consciously if you so decide to do so. Black-owned wine and spirits. Now, I have a good number of options right here on the table, but understand this isn't even like a smidge of what is available. But what I want to do today is to bring to you a couple of brands that you want to be aware of the next time you're out at your grocery store or your wine or liquor store. So let me start from this side and work my way over. First up, we have Wondry Wine, and this husband and wife duo, they are based in Dallas, Texas. If you watch Shark Tank, it's a very good chance you saw them on Shark Tank. Their offer was picked up by Mark Cuban, and they have been so popular. Now, first of all, it is a fruit wine. Let me go ahead and tell you that. And typically in a fruit wine, they're not very potent when it comes to the alcohol volume. These babies are coming in at 14%. 14%, that's huge for a fruit wine. But it doesn't stop there, because they happen to bring out some creams recently, and these creams are great in your recipes and, if I must say so, and they say so here as well, in your coffees, your hot chocolates. So don't sleep on Wondry Wine. Now, I will say that not only is this wine available in your wine store or your liquor store, they are also carried by Target or Walmart. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm not shopping there, so I would just get mine directly from Wondry itself. But Wondry Wine is on the list of Black-owned brands that you want to check out. Next up, let me go from the back. I'm gonna stay in Texas. And I just so happen to bring up one spirit, and that is General Orders 3. General's Orders 3 is a vodka. This group is based out of Houston, Texas. If you know about General Orders 3, you're thinking the Emancipation Proclamation, and you are correct there. The bottle itself is gorgeous. Let's just go ahead and say that. And although we're not going to dig deeper into it today, but there are a number of Black and Brown owned spirits that we have yet to even investigate. But do understand that I wanted to bring them here just because I'm having the conversation about what they do. Not only is this vodka made in Houston and they're Texas based, this has a foundation of sweet potatoes. Yes, I said it, sweet potatoes. And if I'm not mistaken, and of course I'm not, they were voted the best vodka, I want to say in 2023. So I know that when we go places, we think of all the other brands. We need to recognize, again, that there probably is an amazing brand right in front of you and you don't even know it. So be sure to check out General Orders 3. That vodka is one that should be in your home. And it is so smooth, so smooth. Okay, let me keep moving. I'm moving to the back. I'm gonna bring it back up front. I wanna talk about Brown Estate. Now, Brown Estate, love the story of how these children of this couple decided to make their own wine and change the game. I have been loving them for a few years now. A dear associate turned me on to them, so I was so excited when I was able to get my hands on what they have. I don't have their second brand because, oops, I drink it. I mean, I drink the wine. I don't always keep wine hanging around. I actually do drink a good chunk of this, so there it is. But they are known for having a great tasting room. I absolutely love their newsletter. So if you are not on their newsletter and you enjoy red blends, Zinfandels, and others have a beautiful Chardonnay, then get on their list. But their newsletter really speaks to who they are and their values. And that's what I enjoy the most. And let me throw in a quick note as we're talking about this, but a number of these brands also have a YouTube channel and of course, social media. So connect with them there as well. And you will always be in the know. But this one, I happen to have the Brown Estate Zinfandel, and then I have their Chaos Theory. Now this Chaos Theory is from 2019, okay? When they bring out their red blends and once it's gone, trust me. Now I know at some point I need to open it up. I am waiting for that special moment, but you can't get the 2019 right now. I wanna say there is a 2022 reserve that is out at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. But check out the Brown Estate. That should be in your home. And a good chunk of them, again, are available in your wine store, but also your grocery store. Next on my list is LVE, which is a partnership with John Legend. Okay, so LVE, Legend Vineyard exclusive. First of all, if I say nothing else today, this French sparkling rosé will change your life. Now, this is one of two that I always give as a gift. And I know people are like, Gwendolyn, you just say that. No, I am not just saying that. I am telling you that this is a French sparkling rosé that I give as a gift because it has yet to disappoint anyone I have given it to. That's how good it is. But this is a partnership from John Legend. These are his wines. The sparkling rosé I love. They also have a Chardonnay, and there are others. So be sure to check out their list. This I have only found in a wine store, so think about that. But again, they have a wine club that you could become a member to. Their wines are, they're pretty snazzy, so don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. But look at LVE the next time you are in the store. Now, I am moving over to one of my dear favorites. I have a lot of favorites, I'm not gonna lie to you. But these are the ones that I keep in the house all the time because I enjoy drinking them and they're so easy to drink. That's why you keep them in the house all the time. Let's talk about Love Corkscrew. All right, so Love Corkscrew out of Chicago. I don't know why, at some point I thought she was out of Michigan. But I guess I must have probably read that wrong. Oh, you know what? It's bottled. Okay, bottled in Michigan, but they managed the business itself out of Chicago. Okay, so make sure I get my information together. But Love Corkscrew. Now, I discovered her a few years back. I want to say 2020. She was on the list of Black-owned wine brands to try. Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. So a couple of the ones that I have here today. The Riesling, I absolutely love, highly, highly suggest. The Pinot Grigio, I have given out a few times as a gift. So make sure you look into that. And then there is also, I think this is a red blend. Nope, this is a Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay. She has a number of varietals that you want to try, and if there is anyone who has a great social media presence, it is this young lady. Love watching her on social media as well as YouTube, so check her out. It is Love Corkscrew. She will tell you that it is great to get this at the store because, again, as we request more and more of these brands, people will listen. Money talks, okay? And well, you know the rest of that. You know the rest. I'm not going to keep telling you. Okay, so that is Love Corkscrew. I'm going to move over here. I had to leave them for the last, only because these two sisters, their story is something that I find amazing, honestly. It's the McBride Sisters, and if there is ever a company that has inspired me to dig more into the world of wine, it's the McBride Sisters. Okay, the McBride Sisters. So let me break it down and make sure I have everything here. And I don't believe I do. I think I do. Okay, so they have a couple of brands, right? We have the McBride Sisters. We have Black Girl Magic. We have She Can. And then there is the Reserve Collection. So if I can start with where I believe most women start, I'm gonna go with, they probably start with the Black Girl Magic is where I believe they primarily start. Now, this is what's awesome. They are in your local grocery store. They are, of course, in the wine stores, and there's some other places, but we're not shopping those places. And yes, they do have a wine club, so get on that list. And an amazing newsletter, okay? An amazing newsletter. Really quick, so when I was getting started with getting into wines, they had, at that time, a tasting kit. And this tasting kit came with a selection of McBride Sister wines, and there was a coordinating class on Facebook. I do not know if that is still happening, but it doesn't hurt to look it up, okay? So look it up. But I got my tasting kit, fell in love with what they stood for and what they stand for today, helping more Black women get into the world of wine. They have funds for it, they have grants for it. Gwendolyn is here for it. Yes, let's talk about it. So we have Black Girl Magic, which is a great brand by itself. I really appreciate how a number of those bottles come with twist tops, because a sister sometimes does not feel like getting out the cork. I'm just saying, all right? So there is that, right? Then we go into the McBride Sisters. If I want to say most of these are coming from New Zealand, and there is a vineyard in California, but there's some really great varietals in that one, and that is the McBride Sisters. And here's that second one. There it is. That's that second one. This sparkling rosé. If I don't have LVE to give as a gift, I am giving out the McBride Sisters sparkling rosé. I'm telling you. If you love rosé, check these two out. This is available in your local grocery store. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. So that one right there, that's the one to give out. The reserves, first of all, the bottles are beautiful. These bottles are gorgeous, right? Bottles are gorgeous, but this is the reserves. It's a whole nother line itself. And then lastly, we have She Can. And again, there is a grant program that comes with this, or should say comes with, that they have attached to this that helps them spotlight getting more women into the world of wine for those who want to study it. So if that's you, you should check it out. I don't know, Gwendolyn may want to check it out herself. Who knows? Let me get myself together. But definitely want to check it out. And She Can allows them to bring spritzers and other wines in a can. Easy to drink, extremely flavorful, also available in your grocery store and of course your wine store as well. Now, as I said before, this isn't even a sprinkle of what is available when it comes to Black-owned wine and spirits. And we really didn't even touch the spirits today. I just happened to bring in the General Orders 3 because it's Houston, it's Texas, and you know, hometown biases. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? The good thing is, if you are focused on moving forward, sipping more consciously, you're looking for woman-led, husband and wife-led, that's a group, there are options there for you. As we noted earlier, Black-owned wineries are like 1%. And we're talking, depending on the time that you do the study, about 11,000 wineries available in the United States. About 100 of them are Black-owned. I mean, you say one, but it ain't even really one, right? So there is a plethora of ideas. Do your research. There are a number of people right now who have created lists of Black-owned wines to try and Black-owned spirits to try. I myself had a chance to go to Happy Cork in Brooklyn. They have an amazing selection, and depending on your state, we'll ship it to you as well. So check them out. We will definitely link we'll put a link to their. Before we let you guys go, we want to give you one last look at those brands again. First, we have Wondry Wine. They are based here in Dallas, Texas. It's a husband and wife team. They offer fruit wines that have 13.9% alcohol. You can say 14%. They do have creamy cocktails as well as the fruit, so you can definitely find something that fits your fancy. Their sole focus of bringing this to the market is that in a lot of wine places, people are pretentious and they make you feel not invited to come sit at the table and enjoy a glass. This is not what they wanted to do. They want to bring wine that anyone can enjoy, and they want all the winos, as their hashtag often says. So you can find them at your local wine store, liquor store. You could also go to Target or Walmart. Do with that information as you see fit, but take some time to visit their website and also look at their Black-owned blog. And lastly, follow them and interact with them on social media. They are quite a cute couple. Next up on our list, we're staying in Texas. We have the world's best vodka. This is General Orders number 3. It is an amazing vodka from sweet potatoes, distilled in Houston. And I just absolutely love what they stand for. Again, if you think about what General Orders number 3 is, you know it is related to the Emancipation Proclamation and Juneteenth. And again, this is an award-winning vodka. I highly, highly suggest you go to their website, you read about what they stand for, how they craft this vodka, and then also look at how they are remaining active in their community. It's not just about providing a product and selling it. They are active in the way they show up, and they're also representing their history with this vodka. I believe it's a beautiful idea. I also believe that more businesses should be active in their community. I love how they say, with freedom comes great responsibility. Their website has a great deal of information. They do talk about how 8.65% of their sales goes back to an HBCU. So they're not just out here selling alcohol and running away. They are active in the community. Lastly, because they are a premium vodka, they do have a lot of really snazzy recipes available. So, as I've been saying, take some time to go check out General Orders number 3. They are available in Total Wine, and depending on where you are, if you are in the Houston area, you can more than likely find their vodka at a local bar as well. But check them out. General Orders number 3. Yeah. Talk about making history. They are definitely that one. Next on our list is the brand with John Legend, LVE. Again, is a great partnership that they are bringing to the market some amazing wines. That French sparkling rosé is the best. They do have a wine club. You want to read about the story as to why John Legend partnered with this well-known winemaker to bring his wines to the market, because there's always a story behind the grape. Never forget, there is a story behind the grape. Now, LVE can be found in a number of liquor stores and wine stores. It is an exceptional brand that I, again, give as gifts when I am giving someone something to celebrate with. That sparkling rosé stays in the wine fridge for a reason. Everyone loves the way it tastes. It is so smooth. Do not pass up the opportunity to pick up any one of these bottles. We have Brown Estate out of Napa Valley. Yes, their newsletter. Get on their newsletter. Follow them on social media. Make sure you also follow them on YouTube. Chaos Theory is a winner. Their Zinfandel is a winner. You cannot go wrong with Brown Estate. If I ever get a chance, I need to get out to their tasting room. Like, these kids, and I hate to call them kids because they're adults, but for them to take this land that their parents invested in and make what we are now enjoying today, you just don't know what the future has in store for you. But their newsletter is often very aware of what's going on. They tie it back to what they produce and how they show up in the world. So I highly suggest and support Brown Estate. They do have a sister brand that we'll be talking about very soon here. But these are the people that you want to have in your home. They're not just providing a product and calling it a day. They are engaging with their customers. They are sharing with you their love through grapes, and it completely changes how you look at them as a whole. Their second brand, the House of Brown, the Chardonnay there will set you free. I mean, look, there are just certain brands that clearly they have done their due diligence and figuring out who they are talking to and who they want to offer wine to. The House of Brown is definitely that one. This is the one that, I'm not going to say if you're a younger person, I'm not going to say that, but clearly it stems from the Brown estate. And I find that it's a little bit more on the fun and fruity side, not too fruity, still very good and solid as a varietal. But there is definitely a different characteristic with the House of Brown. So be sure that you check them out. This one I have found in some grocery stores. Again, it all depends on your city, but this is Black owned, it's family owned. Love Brown Estate and the House of Brown. You can't go wrong with any bottle that you pick up from them. Now, if we're talking about fun, we are going to talk about Love Cork Screw, because they are that one. This young lady, again, out of Chicago, bottles are done in Michigan. The titles alone, Head Over Heels, Be the Light, Touch the Sky. We're not talking regular titles for your bottle of wine. We are doing something fun. It's a whole mood. We are doing something fun. She herself, Krishan herself, is fun. Now, I don't know her personally, but interacting with her on her social media has been the best, the absolute best. Now, she does offer a virtual tasting. It is on my list of things to try. That is coming. So you want something fun, you want something easy to drink, you're the person who is out and about and living life. Love Corkscrew is your brand. That's your brand. She says the badass woman doing, in my opinion, badass things. This is your brand. So go check her out. Now, she's available in a number of stores. I will tell you that. You can also join her wine club. Depending on your state, you can have the wine shipped to you directly. But I am here to request her wines more and more in the stores that I shop, because again, when we start requesting them, they start bringing them in, because money will always do the talking. Money will always do the talking. Check out Love Corkscrew. Another one where you can't go wrong. And lastly, but definitely not least, the McBride Sisters Wine Company. Again, a plethora of brands. Love these two sisters who were literally miles apart. One in the US and one in Australia. Or was it New Zealand? I think it's Australia. Miles apart. And they found each other. They both had a love for wine. And the next thing you know, they are out there doing the things, doing all the things. Watching these two ladies grow in their genius has been great for me, right? Because again, now I may have picked up on their brand a little bit towards the end. But, well, I shouldn't say the end, because it's really their beginning. The end for everything else. At the end of the day, they have a beautiful brand. So they have the McBride Sisters. That is the one. All right. So that's the first one. Don't want to forget about that. Black Girl Magic is another brand that they have. And yes, you can find the McBride Sisters, Black Girl Magic, and their third brand, She Can, in most of your local grocery stores, as well as the liquor store and the wine store, because they are that popular. They are that popular, and they continue to break the barriers. They continue to change the way that the wine industry is working. People didn't think that putting wine in a can would be a thing that you wanted to do. They proved them wrong. They continue to prove them wrong. They continue to make exceptional wine for exceptional women, and they continue to support the growth of women in the wine industry. For that alone, I am here to support them. But of course, they also make really great wines. So this again is just a tip of the iceberg. We will link to more wines in the description. I shared this story some time ago because I had the pleasure of being able to chat with Serena Williams back in 2020 when everything was happening. And at that time, supporting Black Lives Matters and other social injustice initiatives was the thing to do. Fast forward, we are seeing people who never had those values in their business to begin with. But I asked her, what are we to do to hold these companies accountable for the promises they have made? And she said, everybody has a choice. We all choose where our money goes. You can choose to shop consciously. And in 2020, I made that my decision. My fridge is filled with conscious purchases. I will tell you my biases. I shop based on my biases. Woman-led, Black woman-led, Texas, Houston, New York. Okay? That's where we go. And these are the examples of my choices right here. I choose to sip consciously. Do I have other wines and liqueurs and liquors on my bar? I most certainly do. But I know where I start first, right? And just because you're any one of those doesn't mean you'll stay here. You have to taste good too. It has to taste good, right? But this is the reflection of my biases. So if you are wanting to be more conscious moving forward in regards to what you bring into your home in terms of wine or spirits, then here's a good place to start. And we will link to a few directories in our description. We will see you on the next Let's Wine a Little.